You know what happens every time I look in the mirror now?
You see a little old lady?
I see my mother. That's who I see.
Oh, God. Well, actually, her mother was a nice-looking lady, so that's
Oh,
okay.
thank you. This is
She hated my guts.
She,
but,
she did. This is Jill for today.
And this is Signature Bloody Mary.
I put all that fruit salad up there, the celery and the onion and the olive. You know, we have to eat more nutritiously now.
Yes.
So, my dear, how are you today? As he takes a slurp.
Wow, I'm better now. I'm okay.
Yeah,
I'm okay.
good. Okay. I've got a
Except
list.
for the fiasco this morning.
Oh, well, you know, I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
That's all I'll say about it. Okay. First of all, a couple of apologies I want to put forward. I want to apologize. I was notified of this. Someone was very nice to, make comment about it to me because I did not know. She said, my goodness, you have a lot of pop-ups showing within your videos. And I thought, oh dear. Well, I know that recently YouTube did one of these things that they allowed you to put pop-ups throughout your videos, which I want no part of. Well, I didn't know it was a default function. So every time you put a video on now, you have to go in and say, nix, I don't want it going through all my videos, 2 minutes in a commercial, then 2 minutes another commercial. I apologize for that. And I have remedied the problem. But I really thank whoever told me because I am trying. The other one I want to apologize about is that I know that we have an air conditioner that makes some noise, and I try to always remember to turn it off before I do a video. Well, sometimes I forget, and I hear it too, and I'm sorry about that. The other one that makes noise is my cooktop.
And your husband.
And my husband makes a lot of noise. So anyway, I apologize for that, and I'll try to, I just am so happy people tell me, because I would, had thought about it. Okay, so what's going on with you?
I'm just sitting, enjoying my Bloody Mary.
Pretty darn good.
Yeah,
Pretty
not
darn
bad
good.
at all.
I'm not very good at making them.
I think you did fine.
And there was no Tabasco.
Did you try a little sriracha or something?
I put cayenne in it.
That works.
But I was afraid to put too much. Okay, so what's going on in your life?
Not much. Not much.
So this week...
Every day is pretty much the same.
It's one after the other. Groundhog Day.
Yeah.
Groundhog Day. So this week we tried Beyond Burger. He's been wanting to try it.
Well, we saw a review of it on YouTube, and the guy said it was almost scary how burgerish it was.
He did.
And I was a meat and potato guy for 70 years or something
A lot of
like
years.
that. And I think about looking back at some of the best meals I've had in my life. One of the fondest memories I have is thinking about when I was teaching a course in San Francisco. I was flying down from Portland, doing week-long courses, did 25 of them. And almost every night I'd leave my hotel, walk across Union Square to Original Joe's, famous restaurant in San Francisco, and I'd get one of their burgers. And you want to talk flame broiled. They had a wood fire.
Yeah.
Flames coming up. They put the burger on. They take a big chunk of sourdough, San Francisco French bread, toast that up, melt a piece of cheese over it, serve it with big plank fries. And I get that, and I take it back to my hotel room at the Pan Pacific, and I'd have the greatest burger in the world. And I loved it.
But now
I'm trying to eat more plant-based food and trying to be healthier. I'd like to extend my life a little and, maybe help the planet a little in the process. So anyway, I got all excited about this Beyond Meat, Beyond Burger. So we did it. Jill Verde made up some patties, and she put them on the Traeger, and they cooked. They looked like a burger once they were cooked.
Yeah. Didn't look so much like that when I was putting them together.
They looked awfully wet, didn't they?
Pretty weird, yeah.
And anyway, they cooked up. They looked like a regular grilled burger.
Yeah, they did.
They had a little glisten to them like the fat in a regular burger. And then we made the mistake of actually trying one.
Oh, my. First of all, the odor. There was a distinct odor. I mean, this is our interpretation, our impression. It had a foul chemical smell. Is what it was.
I didn't notice the odor so much, but when you tasted, that chemical smell was there, and I just wouldn't recommend it to anyone.
No. Well, yeah, not so much.
Anyway,
not so much. We're alive to tell you the story, so it's not that
that's
bad.
That's good.
Okay, now moving on. I have, of course, a cell phone, and I've had this phone. It's what is it? It's an Android. It's a Samsung 8
Plus.
8 Plus. And I've not had any problems with the phone. It's a good phone, Well, all of a sudden, over about the last 3 or 4 weeks, something will actually take over my entire screen. I'll be watching a video. I'll be reading an article. Doesn't matter. And boy, that is kicked out of my screen, and in comes this full color screen.
I'm going to take a little nap here because I've had to hear this.
I've had to hear about that darn Beyond Burger for the last 3 days, so what do you want me to do about it?
Man, take my wife, please.
So anyway, it's always ads that are from the area. They're very lovely looking ads, lots of color, and they give you your little place you can go to where this ad is being generated. So you look, I looked. Couldn't find any apps that were associated with this. I'm going to get you. I'm going to get you good. Can't find any apps that it goes to. I looked up all these, nothing. So I finally broke down and called Xfinity. And the woman was very nice, but I couldn't hear her. There was all this static. She kept cutting in and out. So the call ended, and she calls back. Again, the same thing. I kept saying, I can't understand. She's starting to get to the really good part. I had gotten her to understand what I was calling about. She says, I think I can help you here. And dump. She must have called. Well, I looked it up, actually. She called 10 times back to me. And every time she called, it kept disconnecting.
And I had to hear about all 10 times.
Well, you're going to hear about it again. So she was real nice, and she said, I have no clue why this is happening. Go in and check your ad, pop-up blocks and all this stuff. And I did. Well, it quit. She says, reset them. Just put them off, put them back on. It stopped. I said, oh my gosh, this woman was right. She was so nice, first of all, call back so many times. Darn if it's not happening again, but it's another company, another scamming company.
They just like you.
It just makes me nuts. Okay. All right?
Mm-hmm.
Are you okay with it?
Yeah.
Are you okay that I got over the story?
You aren't over it yet. When she gets hold of something, she's like a dog with a bone. She just gets in there and shakes it.
I do.
Then she'll walk away from it, and she'll come back later, pick it up, and shake it some more.
I do, don't I? That's really who I am. That's my mother. Oh, that's my mother. That's why I'm looking more and more like my mother.
One of the bad traits of her mother.
God, here come those darn
lawnmowers again. And there were a few
again.
of them.
Disinfectant wipes. Now, this is a problem. You'll see them. We shop online, of course, and you will see them in the shopping, right, in the lineup of products. Either they will say in-store purchase only, or they'll say, well, we have them. So you click on them to order them. But when you get there aren't any. If they deliver them or you go pick up, there's no wipes. It's happened again. Every time you do it. So then he finds them online. You tell him how much they were a container.
Oh, I can't remember.
It was $10 a container or something.
But the good news is we're headed out for Sturgis today.
Can you imagine?
250,000 people in a little town that normally has a population of 7,000.
Mm-hmm.
None of them wearing masks. 250,000 people on motorcycles.
They don't have any disinfectant wipes, I'll tell you right now.
No. And, they're going to leave after a week and go back to all over the country and carry whatever they carry with them. So
I read an article, I'm sure many of you probably did, talking about this Sturgis thing. It's obviously that's all right. Obviously it's a tradition. They do it every year. Fine. I'm coming in from Virginia. I'm coming in from New Jersey. I'm coming in from California, and they're all converging in this town, like he said, and they're all going to go back to their little hometowns. And well, what are you going to do? Honest to God, I don't know what I don't know what the answer is. I'm sorry. I'm at the point where I'm going, have you not got it yet? Have you just plain not got it yet? I don't know. Really, that is a soapbox. I got to stay off it because it just pisses me off, to be quite honest with you. And there, I've said it. we take two. We had bruschetta.
This is why we drink.
This is why we drink. It's always so good. I made French bread.
Campari tomatoes.
Campari tomatoes. Oh my! So fresh basil, lots of garlic.
On Jill Ferday's homemade
Yeah.
French bread.
Yeah, it was not the sourdough. It was French. And it
It
was
wasn't
delicious.
sourdough, but it was kettle bread.
Yeah,
It was just
great
delicious.
crust. Yeah, it was delicious. And he says to me every time we eat it, he says, "This is just not me. I'm not the kind of person that would sit down and eat basically a tomato sandwich, but you do."
Tomatoes are just part of a salad to me. You know?
Okay, so movies. Let's move on to movies.
Okay.
We saw quite a number of them this week. Diversified.
We, as you know, we subscribe to TMC,
TCM.
TCM, Turner Classic Movies, and for $9.99, I can't tell you how many movies I've got set up to record. It just
That recording thing of the DVR is like, you're getting kind of full here, Randy. We saw the Americanization of Emily, which I had never seen. You always thought it was
I had
good.
seen.
Excellent. I
yeah,
thought it was a really
Julie
good movie.
Andrews and James Garner.
World War II.
And
Or just before World War II.
who's the other guy? In Like Flint,
James Coburn.
James Coburn.
Very good movie. Arsenic and Old Lace. You know,
Almost
Cary
a crowd
Grant. Oh
pleaser.
my gosh, what a fun film. It's just, it's so crazy. He plays such a wacky, Cary Grant plays this wacky character. And they did, how TSCM will do the before and after talking about the characters and the movie and all that stuff. He did not want to do that role. He thought it was too slapstick or too wacky for him. But he did fine with it.
Peter Lorre plays this
Peter Lorre.
mousy little doctor. He always plays a mousy little bird.
Yeah.
And Raymond Massey plays the evil brother, and he is so good at it.
Was it Raymond?
He looked a lot like Boris Karloff.
Yeah.
But we saw a picture of him. He looked like such a nice, gentle man. Yeah.
Yes, handsome kind of in a way.
But anyway, we saw
A
that.
Stagecoach. It's
The old John Wayne original.
It's a 1930 whatever movie.
I wouldn't call it a great movie, yet the critics.
Oh man,
The critic rating was 100% on it. So
I'm really glad I saw it.
yeah.
It's one of those classics. There's a list out there. Well, there's many of them. The best 100 movies you should see before you die. Kind of like books you should read before you die. They say Stagecoach is one of those. Okay. Pillow Talk. Okay, Pillow Talk. James Garner and Doris Day. They made 1 million of them.
No, Rock Hudson and Doris.
Rock Hudson. You're right, Rock Hudson.
Tony Randall
Jody Rand.
never got the girl.
No, Thelma Ritter. Yeah, it's a come on, it's a fun.
Oh, yeah.
You enjoyed it. No, I
Yes,
know you did. It's fun. They're like Rock Hudson and she did a number of films together, and they were all what did they call it? They called it the pre-sexual revolution movies. What was it? They called it more like sexual innuendos. I can't remember. They used an actual word.
No sex.
Oh, no sex. Oh, no sex. Very, well, she was just like a piece of cheesecake. She was so sweet and innocent. Doris Day. No?
In the movies.
In the movies. Well, yeah. She didn't burn it up on the screen, but boy,
No.
baby, no. Cheyenne Autumn. Now,
Not again, a well-rated
Yeah.
film by the critics.
Yeah.
And the subject matter was an important part of American history.
Yeah.
Relocating or trying to more broken promises to the Indians.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
But
Terrible.
when you have Cochise played by Cochise or Geronimo?
Geronimo.
Played by Victor Jory, and the other two Indians were Ricardo Montalban and Gilbert Rowland.
Yeah.
It must have been a time when they didn't have
I
any
think that's
Native
it.
American actors
Yeah.
like we do now.
Yeah.
We have a number of good ones.
The other thing, too, is they sure muddied it up with Jimmy Stewart's...
Oh, Jimmy Stewart. They had a thing in there about Wyatt Earp. It was just totally filler.
It was filler,
trash.
and we just kind of lost interest in
Yeah.
it. Big Jake got another Duke movie.
Big Jake.
Big Jake. Oh, I love that movie. That movie's so good.
Yeah, I wish I had $1 for every time he said his name and whoever he was talking to said, I thought you were
I
dead.
thought you were dead. Oh, I love that. It's so funny. And the movie we are watching right now, which we're almost done with, is Meet John Doe.
Another Frank Capra movie,
Yeah.
like It's a Wonderful
Yeah.
Life, and
Barbara Stanwyck.
Stanwyck and Gary Cooper.
Oh, so good.
And Walter Brennan.
Yeah.
Walter Brennan was 44 years
Yeah, we
old when
looked
they
it up.
made it. And he always looked like he was 60,
Yeah, he did.
but a great actor. He won 3 Academy Awards.
Yeah. Anyway, so that's a good one. Again, that's one of those classics, and it's a Capra movie, so you can't go wrong. And as he said, we have got a lineup. 7 Days in May
7
is
Days
waiting.
in May
Oh
is one of
my
our
God,
favorites.
that movie is so great.
Burt Lancaster. We've got a bunch of Burt Lancasters lined up.
Yeah, we do.
Elmer Gantry.
Oh, Elmer Gary. There's another one. He we're sitting there in front of that box where he's done, he's going through all the recordings that I said, we could sit here for the rest of our lives and do nothing but watch movies.
And we might.
The thing is, see, there's that darn thing. Okay, here we go. Now, comments for the week. We had some good comments for the week, and they were pretty nice comments, really. I had asked, last week about normalcy. I told you my friend Elizabeth, makeup, putting makeup on every day or putting earrings on, this little ritual that keeps her grounded. And I had said, I understood that totally. And I had said, who else, has things that are normalcy in their lives? And I had a wonderful one. Sue wrote, my normalcy is the dogs. Okay, I can see that. We get up every day because they want to eat. Oh, there's those darn guys again.
My favorite comment was the brain surgeon who wrote in to tell us that tuna was not a vegetable.
Okay, I think okay. So they get fed and walked by, and then they go back to bed. We may be able to get a little
Like
more.
me.
We may be able to get a little more sleep. Then comes 6:30 at night, and they want to be fed and walked. They carry on while we try to eat. Come 9, they want to go to bed, but they want us to go to bed, so they then decide where they want to sleep. So that's a normalcy that, the dogs are there, they need you, so that's a wonderful one to keep you normal. I'm trying to find the other one here, it was so good. Where is it? Oh, heck.
So while she's looking for that,
Go
I have
ahead.
a question for the men.
Oh.
Are you ever in another room
Oh, yeah.
and your wife is doing something in the kitchen, like washing some dishes?
Yeah.
And,
Yes.
you have a standing offer to your wife that you need any help, all you have to do is ask me.
You got to tell
So
this
then
story.
you come into the kitchen and you've got hell to pay because you weren't there washing dishes. And you didn't know your wife was washing dishes because you were wrapped up in something else.
No.
She never asked you to come in.
You hear me? Okay, but first of all, you don't know.
I don't hear anything when I'm intent on something.
I cut my finger. Now I said, "Oh my gosh!" I was using my food
And
processor.
I jumped up immediately, knocking the plate off the desk where I was
Yeah.
onto the floor, shattering the plate
Broke the
into
plate.
50 pieces,
That's
and
no-
ran into the kitchen,
Right. And
took her in, tended to her wounds.
And that's great, and I appreciate that. And that's not the part. He did. He gave me, he tended it. He was a little. What's her name? The nurse. What was her name? Oh, it doesn't matter. Nightingale. What was her
Florence
name?
Nightingale?
Florence Nightingale.
More like Nurse Ratched.
So I come back in the kitchen, and he knows I've got him. Well, I know you. Oh,
I
you're such a
didn't
sweet
know
person.
what-
I know it.
And then you get this bit. Oh, oochie boochie, ooh, snuckums.
Oh no, people say, "Oh my gosh, you have such a wonderful relationship." No, we do, and I'll tell you why. Because he's absolutely right. I'm wrong.
She hated me.
No, really, it is a give and take thing. I know it is, and it really,
I give and she takes.
Well, you do read each other after, almost 45 years. 45 years. Almost 45 years of being together. You do kind of get a clue of what the other person is thinking. And I know.
She tells me that all the time. Get a clue.
That was the first one, the dogs. I thought that was a wonderful
There's
one.
more?
There's 2 good
okay.
comments today. That's what I gave one
All right.
good comment. You complaining about our comments?
No.
No, you better not.
No.
The
We
second
love comments.
This comes from Joan or Joanne, Joane, interesting spelling. And then she said it was about my millet patties. Oh, actually, no, it was about the vegan bean patties, bean burgers. I'll give this a try because every time I cook a veggie burger, it tastes like paperboard. I don't know why. Thank you for this video. Now, I'll tell you.
Stop using cellulose in the recipe.
Oh, stop it. That burger, this bean one, is super good. But if you want paperboard, I'm telling you what, you go for that millet patty. I just put a video out on
That
yesterday.
millet patty is delicious.
Oh my gosh, it's so
I
good.
thought
But
it was
oh
great.
my gosh, is it dry? And that's the garbanzo. Someone wrote and said it's the garbanzo flour, and I think they're right. Yeah.
But it's very tasty.
God, it's
and
so
I'm not
good.
a big garbanzo
No,
fan.
no, you're not. Oh my gosh. Well, this one has been another epic one. Are we done here?
I am.
Okay, I'm done here.
Okay.
How was your drink? It was very good.
It was very good.
I'm done
and
with
the
mine.
olives in there.
Oh, they were
just-
really good. Those
First rate.
Absolutely. Yeah. Anyway.
We
Okay.
usually save those for martinis. But
Yeah, but this was the kind of day you needed one of those in
Yeah.
there. All right, enough of this. Thanks a lot for watching. We love you guys. We hope you're safe. We hope you're staying at home.
Yeah, stay safe.
Yep. And wash your hands and wear the gloves and listen to what the experts tell you, please. Right? Don't go to Sturgis. No Sturgis.
We'll go to Sturgis.
We got to be so careful.
Yeah.
We have to be so careful.
Yeah. It'll be interesting to see what happens in New York with
School.
Governor Cuomo opening the schools
Yeah.
again. So.
Yeah, well. All right, everybody. Thanks a lot for watching. You tell your friends and you subscribe and we'll
And smell the flowers.
Oh, yes. It's smell for us. Smell the flowers. All right. We will see you next week.
Okay. Love
Bye-bye.
you.
Love
Take
you guys.
care.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.